Hey everybody, it's Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to a Christmas, I'm not going to say party, it's more of a luncheon gathering. Not really a party, it's a holiday gathering for where my brother-in-law works. They have a luncheon gathering, sort of people come and go throughout the day. And so I'm going to go with my sister. I'm moisturizing my lips with this Boomstick Moisture, and boy, my skin has been so dry, you guys. So today I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try something a little bit. I'm gonna put a little extra moisture under my eyes. I'm gonna try something a little different today. I think my skin's dry, and of course, you know, makeup for old ladies. Less is more. So I'm gonna try to use as least amount of foundation on my face as possible by sort of layering and not using the product all over my face, if that makes sense. I'm gonna try this. Earlier I applied the e.l.f. Power Grip, hoping that it would help sort of spackle some of the lines between my eyebrows and up in my forehead that are just getting really, really severe. You can't tell on this camera. If you're saying they're not that bad, they really are. They really, really are. They're deep and they are severe and they bug me. And so I've been trying to adjust the way I apply makeup and trying different ways to prime my skin. I used this once just to see how my makeup would last after just caking on makeup. I mean, cake makeup. And that was in Florida, and it worked to keep the makeup on. But what I'm hoping is that it will help not to have makeup settle right in those lines. I'm going to start with my Revlon Colorstay Skin Awaken Concealer for a eye primer. This so far has been the best thing I've used, not only to keep my eyeshadow from moving, but just in general, a very nice concealer to sort of even out the skin tone on my eyelids, and it brightens things up really nice. This is the shade Universal Brightening. Pat that in there. I'm going to do my eyes first so I don't have a lot of fallout. I'll do my eye makeup first so I don't have to dig fallout if there is any under that area under my eyes. That's annoying. I have been working on content since Tuesday. Today's Friday, and I have one particular video that I made that was, I loved it. I loved what I did. I loved the conversation. I loved everything, and it just keeps getting locked, and I get almost to the end and then my program locks, and so that is super frustrating. This is some setting powder that I'm using. I'm using this Fiera HD Matte finishing powder. It's a nice powder. I ordered it online. It's specifically for mature skin, and it really does help. It really is a good product for mature skin. I'm gonna go in with some e.l.f. Brow Lift. Are you okay, Dunk Dunks? You doing okay? I'm still feeling quite a bit of congestion, coughing. This bug that my family got really knocked us out. It's been about 2 weeks now and we're still not 100%. It is not COVID. it is more likely influenza A. It is persistent. I will wake up some mornings thinking, oh, today I'm gonna feel great. And I'll get up and then an hour later it's like, I gotta go lay down. It's been interesting. I am going to take this Pharmacy brand Mono Brow Powder in light brown. And I'm gonna dip this BS Mall liner brush and going to add a little bit of color to my brows. Fill them in a little bit. I am 100% convinced that the castor oil that I've been using is actually filling in some of that sparseness that I've been dealing with. I should have put the brow powder on first. That gel it makes it a little bit harder to apply. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I don't know why I didn't know that. I'm a little foggy. Just filling in some of these bald spots. I'm going to take this spoolie I'm getting a lot of mileage out of the Physicians Formula Matte Monoi Butter Eyeshadow. Not my favorite shade range by any stretch, but today I am going to just do a neutral, muted, natural look. And I love the way these shadows apply. They're super creamy and they're very pigmented. So that's what I'm going to do today with my eyeshadow. It has been a long time since I have gone to any sort of holiday gathering. You know, I just haven't been so isolated, especially since I moved to Florida and not really knowing anybody. These kind of things used to be a normal part of my life and they just aren't anymore. Okay, I think I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this shade here for my sort of my base shade. Today's not going to be a heavy makeup day. Even though it's a holiday gathering, I'm looking forward to the food. I'm looking forward to the food. All right, so that is very, very neutral. It is very, very muted. Just for a base. Might have to use a little bit more. I keep forgetting that I don't need to be conservative. A lot of times when I'm putting on eyeshadow, I will tend to initially be conservative when I dip my brush so I don't get too much at one time, and I forget this palette, I don't need to do that. I need to just grab what I need and not worry about it because it's not going to overdo it. So I wish that these colors on this little swatch palette thing I wish they would list the shade names so I could be more specific. Okay. I'm not looking for anything obvious, just sort of a canvas. I'm going to take this peachy color here, and I'm going to use this for my lid shade. And I've not done this little experiment before, so I don't know how it's going to look. Oh, I like that. Okay, yep, that was a good choice. I like that. These butter products have a little bit, even the eyeshadows have a little bit of, they are not, they may be matte in their formula, but they still are not dry. They are a little bit shiny, a little bit glistening, a little bit, I don't want to say oily, although the first time I tried the palette, the butter palette for the face, I was shocked at how shiny my face looked. It was a little bit too much. Okay. I'm gonna add some more. Sometimes I will be just laying there at nighttime in bed. Sometimes I'm just laying there and I'm not sleeping, just thinking about makeup and like, oh, I want to try this tomorrow, or I want to try that. I want to combine this palette with that palette, and I just get all these creative ideas at 11:30. Nutty. I like makeup. I went to Ulta the other day and I was going to try to do a video and record all of the things that I'm dreaming of. And first of all, when I walked in, I thought I was going to pass out from being in there because they had so many beautiful, beautiful palettes. I mean, I was just like, oh my gosh, I was almost like in a trance. There was so much gorgeous stuff, and the sales they had going on. So I hadn't been in Ulta for a while over Christmas either. So anyway, I took some video, and it was terrible because it's very hard to hold a camera and test things. It was very hard, so I just scrapped it, but it was fun anyway. Alrighty, so what I'm going to attempt now is I'm going to take this shade here, and I'm going to use it to lift this area of my eye. These colors are starting to, they're very similar to each other. They're slightly different, but very similar. So I am going to break it up by using a shimmer on my lid. And I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to put a darker color in my crease. I have not decided. If I do, I'm not going to use those greens. I don't like the greens. So buttery and soft and easy, and glides right on there. Just so smooth and so pretty. I don't know if Physicians Formula has another butter eyeshadow palette. This is the only one that I saw when I was when I was at the store. But I would sure like to find out, and I'm going to find out because I really, really like this formula. The butter bronzer blush face palette that I have really smells a lot like coconut oil, or it smells, it definitely has a pretty powerful smell. It goes away, so it's not like once you put it on, that's all you can smell. But it definitely is not subtle initially. I don't think it's bad. It's a real sweet smell. But the eyeshadows don't have that, at least not that I can tell. Oh, yes they do. It's just not as powerful as the face palette. Okay, so I'm liking that. I'm digging that. that in there. Make sure it's even. I'm still thinking about what I'm gonna do, so. Okay. Since this is holiday, I am gonna take this Dream Team palette again. I've already learned that the only thing in this face palette that will work even remotely well for an eyeshadow is the face highlighter, so I'm definitely going to use that for my lid. There's still one thing on this palette that I have not used at all, and it is the Murumuru Butter Bronzer. It's not the matte shade. This is the matte shade, which is beautiful on the face, terrible for eyes. This is, I have not used this at all, I am just gonna do a little experiment here. Just a slight experiment. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I'm gonna give it a shot. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this. I don't usually like anything shimmery in my crease, but I'm just gonna see what happens if I try to apply it to my crease. Just to give it some depth. I'm gonna switch out my brush. I'm gonna go for this Pharmacy crease brush, and I'm gonna try it that way and see if I can get a little bit better target. Okay, you know what? I think I like that. It's just enough because I'm not going for a lot of drama. I do need a little more contrast, so that was a win. Okay, just a nice, natural, non-drama eye look. Okay, now I'm gonna dig into this beautiful butter highlighter. This is actually the shade, it's called Champagne, and I'm gonna use a little bit on my lid. I will list the brushes that I'm using in the description. I've been terrible about telling you what I'm using. They're pretty much all the BS Small, so. Okay, just gonna tap a little bit there, not too much, just to give it a little bit more of a festive look. Really like this face highlighter that I probably will never use for an actual face highlighter. That is really pretty. Now I am going to take this Zova flat liner brush, and I'm going to use my e.l.f. Bite Size Quad in Love You Latte. And I'm going to use this for my liner on my top and bottom lashes. I hardly ever use pencils anymore for liners. I'm always using eyeshadow. They work well. They're softer. They're easy to control. They are, they don't tug on your eyes. It also helps to have a good brush to apply these things. Whenever I go to my left eye, it's a lot harder for me because, first of all, I'm wearing contact lenses. That one eye is for distance, one is for close up. So when I close this eye, I have a hard time seeing it. I have a hard time seeing with this eye to get it right. It's not quite as tight lined as the other one is, so I have to go in and smudge, which is fine. You can see the difference. So I'll just make it even. It looks nice smudged anyway. I'm going to curl my eyelashes with this e.l.f. eyelash curler. If you're looking for a good eyelash curler, highly recommend the e.l.f. And I'm going to use my favorite mascara, the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. $4.99. Such a good mascara. Is it $4.99 or $3.99? I can't remember. Either way, it's very affordable. And it's a nice mascara. Mascara is so transformative. Ugh. Got some right there. It's so transformative to your face. It's like, it just, it changes your face for the better. Mascara is genius. I wish I had invented it. But then I'd be 200 years old. Not quite 200. Feel like I'm charging toward there, but not quite yet. Oh man, I'm really liking this eye look. I'm so happy with it. It's not too much. It's not too little. It's got a little shimmer. I'll probably do another coat in a minute. So here's where I'm going to color correct under my eyes. I'm going to use my Stila palette, and I'm going to go in with some peach. I'm doing my makeup differently today. I'm going to take this lovely BS Mall tapered concealer brush and just sort of blend that in a little bit. Then I am going to do a little color correction on my nose, using green to cancel the red. So attractive. And apply this. little up here for warmth. Little there for my tiny little jowl thingies. I think I might do this a little. I like to contour my nose. I really, really enjoy a good nose contour. Do this. All right, I'm going to use my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. This is a contour concealer. It's very powerful, and this is perfect for when I am contouring under my base makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and this dries down really fast too, but I'm gonna cover it. So I'm gonna put some down the middle of my nose. I use this when I know I'm gonna be covering I'm covering it because it has a powerful presence. Okay, and I'm going to put a little up here on the temple. Okay. Now I'm going to use my NARS. This is my Sheer Glow foundation, and this is in the shade Santa Fe. And I am going to tap it around my face a little bit, and then I'm going to blend the rest of it with a sponge. Done this once before. It turned out okay. This is a Damp Beauties blender, and now I am just blending that all together. The concept behind this is that I can do the contour, color correction, and then just use enough foundation to cover it without a full face of foundation, and then using all of those products on top of it. I'm trying to avoid that. Okay, I'm going to take a foundation brush now and just sort of get all those places that might not be blended well enough. All right, I'm going to cap it off with some Halo Glow Beauty Wand blush, and this is in the shade Berry Radiant. I like to put it on the back of my hand. It dries down fast, so I'm going to go ahead and just use this same brush. Tap it in there. Add a bit. Maybe up here. I don't think I'm even going to powder this. Head to my tried and true NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Marshmallow. I love gloss more than lipstick. Now my lip color doesn't exactly go with my eye color, but I don't care. I'm gonna have to fix that hair situation from being up in a clip, but that's okay. Good enough anyways. Okay, the hair situation is just gonna have to get fixed. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time.